On today's episode of Body by Bisson, I'm going to explain to you the biggest mistake I see people making in the gym today. Whether they are advanced, beginner or intermediate, it's a weird order I've just said it in, but we'll go with it. Whether they are beginner, intermediate or advanced, I see people of all levels making this one common mistake. And it's the one thing I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, because I would have saved so much time, so many years, so many hours in the gym that were just wasted because I didn't understand this one simple concept. And that's what I want to help you understand today. Because not only will it allow you to work out safer, so you're better protected from injuries, it's going to allow you to be more effective with your training, allowing you to work your muscles in a way that you've never done before. And it's going to be even more efficient, meaning you have to spend less time in the gym and you have to go to the gym even less during the week as well. So you're going to be a hell of a lot more efficient with this workout. It's a simple change in technique. And I'm going to explain it in one moment. Because right now I just want to ask if you can click subscribe, click like, and even drop a comment below to ask a question. The more engaged you can be with this content, with this video, the better quality I can provide you to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. That's all I want. Now back to it. One of the key things I see people do when they go to the gym is they're trying out these exercises or they're following these plans based on what they've seen from people who they believe know better than them. It comes from a big insecurity because nobody likes to go and feel like they're stupid. Nobody likes to go to a gym, to work out, and feel insecure. And it's a very intimidating place. Don't get me wrong. And I don't mean intimidating in a way where you've got this big guy standing over you, literally counting down the seconds to kick you off the machine or to criticize you as you're working out. I mean, even just by being in the gym, seeing all these people, it's very easy to compare yourself to people who you think know better than you. And this mistake, or this kind of attitude, as you will often lead people to making one simple mistake. When you go to a workout machine, think about what you would normally do. You'd sit down at the machine, you'd set yourself up, you put your weights in, you'd grab hold of the handles, and you would begin working those muscles. You're following the diagram perfectly. You're seeing other people do exactly the same thing. But what you're not seeing, what you're not experiencing, is one key thing that's missing from the whole thing to bring it together. What this is, once people start doing these exercises, and I'm using the example of one machine, but it applies to every exercise, they become obsessed with the repetitions, how many reps, how many times they can go in and out. They become obsessed with the weight they're lifting. And they think that these measures actually mean anything to their progress, when it's not true. You're not going to the gym to lift weights. And let me say that again because it's so important. You are not going to the gym to lift weights. That is not the purpose. The purpose of going to the gym is to force your muscles to use as much energy as possible so that they dip into their energy reserves, which triggers your brain to say, hey, our emergency stash of energy has been used. Now we're defenseless if anything wants to attack us. So we have to get better at protecting these emergency stores for next time. That's why we get stronger. Building muscle, building strength is a defensive mechanism. It's all about becoming stronger to protect your emergency energy stores so that should a dangerous thing come along, it can't kill you. You have enough energy to either run away from it or fight it off. So thereby, if I'm going and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to do 10 reps and then I start feeling tired at 6, so then I start swinging into it, using momentum, using like my back when I should be focusing on just my arms. All of these things start coming into play. I've actually started to move away from my purpose. Remember, if I'm focusing on getting the numbers or lifting the weight, my technique will break down because my focus is on either reaching that number or seeing that weight go up and down. When in fact you are there to force those muscles to a point where you trigger an adaptive response to become stronger or to get bigger. The way you do this is prioritizing muscle over movement. And I want to say that again. The way you do this is prioritizing the muscle over the movement. What that means, when you're sitting down at the machine, you grab hold and you tense all of your muscles that you are wanting to work. So you have to use your mind here. Feel the muscles that you want to work. So for example, in this particular exercise, it's focusing on the arms. I'm grabbing the handles, I'm squeezing my arm muscles as hard as I can. And then, very slowly, do I start to bring the movement into play. The whole time I'm thinking about my muscles working, being conscious, using my mind to put as much effort through those muscles that I'm working. Knowing that every time I do a repetition, I'm getting weaker. Because every time I do a repetition, I'm using a little bit more energy that's stored in those muscles. And every rep, that energy goes down and down until it reaches the point where I cannot move it. And at this point, you might be tempted to jolt or use something else, but I want you to refrain from doing that. Not only can that risk injury, but it also takes away from the muscles you're trying to work. So once you reach that point of really trying to pull it in, and you can't, no matter how hard you try, you just cannot move 1 inch more, that's okay. Just hold as strong as you can. And then what you'll start to notice is that the weight's going to become overpowering and it's going to pull you back down. And your muscles are going to scream at you, begging you to let go and just like drop it and let it go. But you're not going to. You're going to resist. You're going to fight against it. You're going to lower it with as much control as you physically can. Now, what I'm explaining to you isn't easy, and it's going to take practice. But what you'll notice is that by prioritizing, building, like controlling and engaging that muscle, the muscle that you're there to work, you're going to experience a whole new workout. That's the big difference. When most people go to the gym, they are so focused on demonstrating strength that they end up lifting weights that are too heavy for them. They're using technique that is often throwing them out. So they're using muscles that they don't even need to be using for that particular exercise. And they're putting themselves more at risk of injury and making the whole exercise itself less effective. When you focus on building strength, building muscle, it means that you might have to lower the weights a bit. It doesn't matter. When you go to the gym, it doesn't matter how heavy you're lifting, as long as the result is that you get stronger and you build muscle. I couldn't care less if I go to the gym and lift 5 kilos or go there and lift 500 kilos. I'm there to lift whatever weight or to move whatever weight that's going to allow me to build that strength, to build that muscle. And we'll go into how to figure that out in another video, but I just want you to prioritize, listen to your body, listen to those muscles, engage them. bring your mind into it and try and feel the sensations of that. It becomes a big practice staying in the moment, staying in the exercise. If you're there doing bicep curls, but you all of a sudden your back's aching, then that's telling you that there's something not quite right. So that's the key thing I want you to take away today. And all it does to do this, when you're next in the machines or you're next doing your exercises, whether that be a push-up on the floor, just take a moment to focus your mind and try to feel the muscles you want to work and to engage them as much as you can. You're going to find it's a lot more exhausting and you might not get as many things done, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many reps you do. It doesn't matter how much weight you lift because you're there to build strength. So as long as you're draining all those muscles of as much energy as you physically can, you're going to force an adaptive response to build them. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know that in the comments below if you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time.